players exchanging a few friendly words prior to tip-off. The opening night and time to check out the starting lineups to the tip-off of the new season. First for Atlanta, we've got Wallace. Always giving them a fantastic effort from the paint. They count on his skill and determination to get it done inside. And it's Horry in power forward. And for Milwaukee, we've got Williams, a very solid big man who'll be making every effort to control the glass and make some big plays under the rim. Then there's Rogers, and it's Thomas in at the 4 slot.
And that's a nice way for his team to get started.
Yeah, really nice start for his team to get out in front here. The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In the January game against the tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team right around the middle of the league. Steve just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score, I mean, there are going to be some nights where everything just misses, and I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
Clock at 4. Here's Bell, and it's blocked. We're about 1 minute into the first, and stolen by Williams. Williams against Phillips. Pass to Rogers. He dishes it to Bell. Bucks passing it around from 18 feet away. They get the rebound. Williams. Here's Thomas. Goes up again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send him to the free throw line. Don't give him an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
The Bucks actually made it back into the playoffs last season, but it wasn't because they were dominant at home. Only 21-20 at the Bradley Center. And those 21 wins were the fewest of any team that played in the playoffs.
Passes to Houston. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 7. Cannot hit. The Bucks go the other way with it. But Clark, as you said, the Bucks didn't offer a lot as far as protecting their home court. In the end, it could come back to bite them as they lost 2 in a row on their home floor and got swept out of the playoffs, Steve, by Miami.
Well, that was a pretty tough matchup for anybody, but for Milwaukee, a team that was below 500, that was near impossible. But look, it was a struggle for the Bucks. We expected that, but getting to the playoffs was an accomplishment. We'll see if they can build on that this year. And guys, how many times have we seen him just drill that corner 3? And for whatever reason, well, that's just his shot. He sees that shot so well. Obviously, it's a little closer than other three-pointers, but that's his comfort zone for sure.
And one of the more noticeable things about him, Steve, is how ineffective screens are against him. I mean, it's almost like he's got oil all over his body, the way he slips off of it.
Walker's checked in for Thomas.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
He hits both from the stripe. Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them. But many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the 4th quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team, and that's exactly what they did.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I caught up with the head coach for the Hawks. He said that with this being the first time they have seen each other this season, he wants to rely on his defense to set the tone. He said if we can get at them early and take away easy looks, we think we can wear them down over the course of this game and get the win. Let's see if their D can carry them, gentlemen.
Great, Doris. Thank you. It's not too uncommon to have that defensive focus being foremost in the game plan, is it?
Well, that's who they are, Kevin. That's their identity as a ball club. And so every game they start out thinking, let's shut the opponent down.
And not with just any kind of defense, guys. I mean, they want to get up into you, nose-to-nose, aggressive, in-your-face defense.
Now, here is Bell. Defended by Houston. Kicks it to Billups. Shakes off a strong D and gets to the bucket for two.
You know, size-wise, this is not a great one-on-one matchup for him, but he got that shot to go.
But you wouldn't know it by how he finished. That's a nice hoop there.
Here's Houston. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Billups kicks to Bell. To Walker, the 17-footer. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Hawks trail by 3. And the pass to Horry. From deep, Rodgers pulls it in. Bucks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Feeds it to Billups. The dish to Williams. Good!
Great-looking bounce pass. To set up that play.
And now the first timeout call here for the Hawks. Chris Anderson is checked in for Atlanta. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. The Bucks #1.
Their long-range shooting last year was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, they were absolutely unconscious from the three-point line.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Bell with it. Now defended by Anderson. Bell's shot is good. Bell's got his first points of the night.
Their low-post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
Anderson passes to Christie. The kick out to Williams. Stackhouse. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Outside, Billups. To the inside. Here's Drobniak. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. The Hawks trail by 4. Here's Crozier. A three-pointer off the mark. The Bucks have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Billups with the ball. Now guarded by Stackhouse. He kicks it to Bell. Dishes to Billups. They set the pick. Walker shoots the 3. Oh, that's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And now Williams inside. And finally they hit one. Williams has got 6.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Bucks leading by 6. Billups goes in. Here's Bell. Here's Williams. A beautiful reverse layup. He's got 8.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
And Stackhouse kicks to Williams. He passes to Stackhouse. They grab their own miss. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Walker. Here's Billups. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bucks?
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low. You know, last season the Hawks were a solid team on the road. Nothing spectacular. Really what you'd expect from a 3 seed in the East. Ended the year with a 19-22 road record. Not bad.
Alston passes to Billups. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the first. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 12. Well, Clark, you said about the Hawks last year, 19-22 on the road. You really need to hover around 500 on the road. Don't you think, Steve, to position yourself for the playoffs?
No question. As long as you can control your home court and get a good record there, then 500 on the road is just fine. But this is a Hawks team that's looking to take the next step, Kevin, to really become elite. They've been kind of stuck in the middle for a while now.
And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Persons checked in for the Bucks. "19 seconds left in the first. Shot clock at 5. Here's Amici. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Mr. Clutch has got his second basket of the night.
They keep going down low with the ball, and it results in points. They're having their way in the paint.
And it's resulted in a big early lead, too.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Bucks lead by 12. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. Guys, we've seen the Bucks really take control here early.
And I thought the key in that first quarter was the offensive aggressiveness. They attacked the rim and got to the foul line.
And I sense they're really feeling good about playing at home, taking advantage of the home court.
Kevin, he does a great job of moving without the ball. And he gets a lot of good looks because of that movement. And as long as his teammates are setting screens and looking for him, he can be lethal from the outside.
And that is the key, Steve, but his release in those catch-and-shoot moments is also terrific. Kevin, he didn't hesitate that time. The D gave him a step, and he just pulled up and drained the three.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And a chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. First in three-point field goal percentage. Third in fewest turnovers per game. And they also showed up in the top 5 in overall offense. This team has no trouble scoring the basketball. That's the least of their concern. They love to get it up and down and put it in the hole.
And I think what really stands out is the spacing offensively. Clark, you talked about the three-point percentage, #1 in the league. That doesn't happen unless you have good flow and good spacing offensively. This team really spread the defense out on a nightly basis, and as a result, they were a nightmare to guard.
Outside Williams. Wallace. He's guarded by Thomas. Backing down is Wallace. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. First trip to the line for him here. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against the rest of the conference. 24-28 against the East.
Rogers checked in for Milwaukee. Clark, as you were saying, the rest of the Eastern Conference got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the Heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of the young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the coaching switch from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum.
The shot's good from Houston. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Hunter. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Mr. Clutch has got 4 this quarter. Atlanta calls timeout. This game against Milwaukee here. It's their first look to start the season. The Hawks trail by 12. Pass to Bowen. Deflected. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. They get to take on the Heat. At Miami after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. The Hawks making a switch here. Stackhouse is checked in. That cuts the lead to single digits. He's got 9.
The offense really coming around here in the second.
Up above 50% shooting now for the game, guys, and they'll definitely take that. It's defense where they need to key in.
Back to Alston. Thomas inside. Shot is blocked, and they're able to recover. The shot's good from Hunter.
Well, they really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Now the pass to Houston. On the wing. Rebound, Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Person. And here's Alston. Here's Person. Pass to Hunter. Here's Person. Thomas down low. Wallace is there. Great positioning on the putback. 14 points for Mr. Clutch.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And here's what's upcoming now for the Hawks. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Yeah, some good games going on today, especially the one involving the Lakers. That's a great matchup.
Ajah Bell is checked in for Person. Both free throws good from Stackhouse. Here is Alston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Taken away by Williams. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And there's the feed to Stackhouse. Here's Houston. Rogers pulls it in. Rogers has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Bell with it. Now defended by Stackhouse. He feeds it to Thomas. The Bucks working the ball around. Now Alston. He dishes it to Bell. Passes it to Hunter. Clock at 6. No luck. Nice D from Horry. The Hawks trail by 11. Here's Stackhouse. Missed inside.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Alston kicks to Bell.
That's foul number 2. Warrant sitting him entirely, but you know, another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
The Bucks making a switch here. Williams is checked in. On defense, Atlanta. Kicks to Bell. Beyond the arc. The shot's good. Alston making the play. Alston's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. They have to get a hand in his face.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Christie the pass to best. Here's Christie. He's covered by Alston. Atlanta again missing. Bucks leading by 14. All alone. And he hits the jump shot. Alston's got his first bucket in this one.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Puts it up. Wide open shot is on the money. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Thomas. Off his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Milwaukee making a switch here. Houston kicks to Walker. And it's rejected. Stackhouse the pass to Christie. No one near him. And that one's good. He's got 5. Bucks have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Alston kicks to Bell. Feeds to Williams. From down in the low post, it goes. Williams has got 10. Crozier, he's guarded by Williams. The dish to Anderson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams. In the third spot, the Hawks.
Boy, Kevin, I thought their coach really did a fantastic job of getting all of the guys on the team to realize the importance of free throws. You know, last year where they were great, excellent from the line. This year, they're hoping to do even better.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Phillips is checked in.
You know, for a team that like to push the tempo and get out in transition and get to the rim, the Hawks really didn't get to the line an awful lot. And even when they did get there, they were near the bottom in not just percentage, but also in free throw attempts.
The Hawks trail by 15. And there's the pass to Christie. He passes it to Best. Fires the 3. That's good. 8 points for him. And Clark, to add some numbers to what you were saying about the Hawks last year, a lot of fast break points and chances, but they were in the bottom 5, Steve, when it came to total free throws attempted.
Well, that's one of the reasons they ran so much, Kevin. They wanted to get out of the half court because in the half court they didn't have the players who could create contact and get to the line. So they had to settle for jump shots a lot of the time. That's why they always wanted to get out and run.
Christie the pass to Stackhouse. They get it again. Second shot opportunity. A nice shot by Anderson. Anderson's got 5 points so far.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Now here's Phillips, defended by Best. Walker dishes to Williams. Back to Walker. Takes a 3. That one goes. Count. Walker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. He kicks it to Stackhouse. Pass to Best. Launches it. Gets it to go.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
And so that's the end of the first half. Milwaukee on top, up 10. And we'll get it going after this from the Bradley Center.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's the first game of the NBA season, but on the halftime report, we're already in mid-season form. The Milwaukee Bucks have the lead against Atlanta. They'd like to get this season off to a good start today. Mr. Clutch scoring with ease against Atlanta's defense. He's up to 14 points and not much to complain about with his shot selection either. A nice field goal percentage in the first half. And hanging tough, the Atlanta Hawks. They're stroking it from outside, hitting the 3 ball with ease. Robert Horry making the most of his minutes. He's got 4 points, also getting it done on the defensive side, throwing a couple shots back in guys' faces. Now let's take off with some other games in progress around the league. The Wizards are at Verizon Center trailing to Denver. Second half of basketball.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
What a performance. Just look at the game from Mr. Clutch. He's got 14 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
Now, you're right, Clark. He's done some really nice work inside.
And Bell kicks to Billups.
Yeah, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Here's Williams. Dishes it to Billups. Oh, good with the triple.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
There's the bucket. Good.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
Here's Williams. The basket good off the assist from Billups. 12 points for Williams.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
The Hawks trail by 9. Outside Williams. Pass to Horry. Thomas is there. Horry kicks to Williams. Hawks passing it around. Passes it to Bowen. Wallace. Shot clock at 6. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
How did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play. Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Williams passes to Horry. The feed to Wallace, and stolen by Thomas. He dishes it to Williams. Now, here is Bell. 5 points in the game. Gets it to go. And now an 11-point Bucks lead. And back to Minnesota, they were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Thomas passes to Rogers. He feeds it to Bell. The pass to Rogers. Back to Bell. 6 on the shot clock. 17-foot shot on the way. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
It's his 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Houston defended by Bell, and the dunk by Wallace.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope, his only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
Atlanta making a switch here.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. 3rd in free throw percentage. 6th in blocks. And they were in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. I think that speaks to the fact that this team aggressively goes after the basketball at every position.
I was just really impressed with the free throw shooting that you mentioned. Top 5 in the league in free throw percentage. Says a lot about their concentration and their focus as a team. And this is a key part of the game for this team. They've got to get to the line and knock them down to have a chance to win.
Launches a 3. Kept alive by Atlanta. Back to Williams. Pass to Bowen. Into Wallace. Taken away by Williams. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead they have just continues to grow and grow.
Williams dishes to Wallace. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Now, here is Bell, defended by Bowen. Billups attacking. Here's Thomas, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free hit. Basket right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Hawks making a switch here. Phillips against Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Crozier. Misses the 3. Bucks leading by 17. Pavlovich kicks to Bell, and it's blocked by Houston. Williams with the ball. Phillips picks him up defensively. Down low. Here's Corver. A stupendous finish in traffic. Corver's got his first bucket of the night. Bucks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Outside, Phillips. Anderson with the block.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
The Hawks trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find some, you're right. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Atlanta. Takes possession. Atlanta making a switch here. Williams against Phillips. Christie kicks to Corver. Feeds it to Anderson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Let's take a moment to look at the 2K leaderboard and see last year's high-scoring teams. 5th best, the Bucks.
Boy, they do an excellent job offensively. Most of the season last year, they were really in sync. A nice flow and rhythm to their offensive game. But anytime you score the points they did, it's about unselfishness and trusting each other.
Thomas checked in for the Bucks. Knocked loose. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Kicks to Corver. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Phillips against Williams.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
Williams, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Bell comes in for Burson. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. To the paint, here's Phillips. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Phillips has got 5 points now this quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Up the court from the Bucks on the break. And the rejection by Christie. And he gets it back. The Hawks trail by 15. The Hawks working the ball around. And stolen by Phillips. Here's Rogers. Finishes the break with a slam. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stakes for the Bucks?
Well, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen really are a result of that aggressiveness.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
That's good.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Williams passes to Bell. Right side, Phillips. Puts one up from 19. And again, it's Milwaukee converted.
Clearly, he's shaken off that cold shooting performance of the first half. Outside, Williams.
Crozier. Good. And a nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 6 assists in the game. Milwaukee leading by 14. And the Hawks will go for a different look here.
Horry. Houston.
Poke loose. Anderson against Bell. Pass to Christie. Lets it go from deep. The shot's good from Houston. He's got 12. With 1 on the clock, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bucks lead by 11. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see. See what happens here in the fourth. The Hawks trail by 11. Here's Christie. It's stolen by Bell. By himself. And finished off by Walker.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk clock coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
Korver passes to Orr. The dish now to Korver. Lets it go with a 3. Gets it to go.
Yeah, he's got one of those shooting strokes that never changes, guys. I mean, even if a defender's all over him, he just never seems to flinch. A great quality to have as a shooter.
And when you watch him, Steve, you can see how quickly he looks to take his shot when he's on the receiving end of a pass and how successful he is when he does take the shot. This guy is a catch, fire, and hit guy.
Walker against Christie. He passes to Korver. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. It's tipped. 4-on-3 break. Passes it to Christie. And foul call. As he misses, he'll go to the line and shoot 2. First free throw is good. The Hawks making a switch here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Billups with the ball. He kicks to Bell. Outside, Walker. Fourth quarter now, we're about a minute and a half in. Krupniak, a follow-up chance. And the Bucks lead by 12.
Just another outstanding play down low. These teams couldn't be farther apart in their effectiveness in the paint today.
Yeah, that's right. It's been all good at one end, and we'll try to be diplomatic here and just say not so good at the other.
Houston, the shot will not go. Good D by Bell. Bucks leading by 12. Rogers passes to Bell. Misses from close range. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The shot's good from Houston.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Outside, Billups. Shot from the wing, and he gets the jumper to drop. Billups has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
And the shot is good.
There's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
Ball's not loose, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Williams is checked in for Milwaukee. Here is Bell. Outside Billups. There's the pass to Rogers. Dives for it, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Tipped away. Billups passes to Rogers. Back to Billups. Pass to Rogers. And yes, a nice assist from Billups. Billups has got his third assist on the night. Here's Horry, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule. Goaltender.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
That's his second personal foul, second team foul.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Billups kicks to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 12. Dishes it to Korver. The Hawks working the ball around. They get it back. Crozier, guarded by Walker. Back to Williams. The feed now to Stackhouse. Korver. And the lead is down inside single digits.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Outside Billups, taken away by Williams. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Stackhouse, good.
How about that nice 1-2 punch there, guys? Great defensive play, and of course, it leads to the great basket in transition.
Love the attacking style there, Steve.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Hawks making a change here. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey guys, well George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He was absolutely adamant saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Billups dishes to Bell. That's tipped. Fast break, the Hawks. For the finish, rips down the breakaway slam.
Up high and down hard with the one hand.
Got a little extra force for that one, didn't he?
You know, I think he's hoping to kind of get his teammates going a little bit, fellas.
Pass to Rogers. Back to Bell. Passes it to Rogers. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Williams. And that time, also a missed shot.
They've done a great job of controlling the boards in this one, Kevin.
Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked really strong and together.
Yeah, very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Williams, defended by Bell. Stackhouse. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Seems to me that anytime the game is on the line, he's perfectly willing to be the hero, or the GOAT for that matter. I mean, that's what it takes to be clutch. In big situations, you can't be afraid to fail.
And Steve, near the bucket, he's one of the best finishers around. I mean, he does a great job of using his strong body to fight through contact and get to the rack.
And Clark, as you were saying, even though it's close, they really have that inside presence.
Right as always, partner.
Thomas checked in for Walker. So he gets them both. And here's Bell. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. Billups against Williams. And Billups, here we go. Bell. Just 4 to shoot. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And taken away by Wallace. Here's Stackhouse.
Throw down there. Man. Gotta love this team's grit. After trailing early, they have fought all the way back here.
You know, they could have gotten down on themselves when they were down earlier, but I like the fact they never gave up, guys.
Williams against Billups. Right side, Williams. Lets it go from 14. Rebound, Atlanta. 1:19 left to play here in the fourth. On the wing, Williams. He feeds it to Wallace. He's against Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's Crozier. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Knocked away. Here we go, one-on-one. To take the lead. Nails it. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Hawks?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
The other thing they're doing, guys, is forcing turnovers and then creating points offensively as a result.
Here's Rogers. And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a three-point play.
And that is the shot of the game. Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
And the Hawks making a change here. Williams against Bell. The pass to Houston. Thomas is there. Houston, he's guarded by Thomas. Yes, and the foul. Thomas, and so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. That free throw good from Houston.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're down by 3. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You've got three-point shooters. Let it fly.
16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Three-pointer, Bell. Bullseye! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer. Atlanta calls timeout. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Left side, Williams. Here's Houston. It falls!
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better